Hi. The video I'm going to post straight after this one is very short. It's a little over 2 minutes. Short but powerful decree withdrawing permissions from things that we do not want to have given permission to. So you might think, well, if I don't want to give permission to something, I don't give permission to it. Why do I need to do some kind of decree for that? Well, there are a number of ways in which we might inadvertently have given our permission for certain things to happen. And I'll start with the most obvious and straightforward, and that is, if we vote for somebody or a party or whatever, and just by definition of that process, we have given permission for that person, party, whatever, to act in our name, on our behalf. So I know some of what they do. There's no way we can know everything of what they do. And it's pretty inevitable, I'd say, that there are some things that they do that we would rather were not done on our behalf or in our name, right? So that's really straightforward, and that in itself is worth withdrawing permission from. And you might say, well, what's the point of me sitting here and withdrawing permission from something that I've got no control over whatsoever? Well, it's because when we give away an aspect of our power, which we do when we vote, and some of our energy kind of gets entangled into that. It's a permission that is an actual live thing, if that makes sense. Part of our energy is being used in whatever is being done in our name, right? So we need to actually withdraw that. Now, as I said, that's enough. And if you don't believe in working with energy, then I'd say do the decree anyway, because surely you don't need to include or believe everything that I'm going to talk about for this to be useful for you personally, yes, but I would say also on a greater level. So what else? Well, we can sort of unconsciously or inadvertently give permission to things that we do not explicitly refuse to give any of our energy to when we become aware of them. So, for instance, you might become aware of something that's happened, pretty obvious things, sort of child trafficking, any kind of trafficking for that matter, torture. But I mean, just there are terrible things that happen, and our response is, oh no, that's awful, that's terrible, I feel terrible for the victim, whatever, somebody's got to do something, or something has been done, whatever, but we don't explicitly withdraw our attention, our energy from it. In fact, our attention can, and therefore our energy can, remain entangled in those events. And then it's not only, just say it's something we hear about on the news, it's on not only that specific event, but just the nature of that event in general. It's not very logical. It really isn't. And I understand anybody who might question it. I suppose I've come to this point. I'll tell you how I came to this exact point of making that decree. And that is, I watched a film the other night. It was called Rendition. You may already know it. And I didn't even know it was a true story. Apparently it is, or based on a true story. And it's to do with the ability that a government has to give somebody into the jurisdiction of another country so that, well, basically they can torture them so that the country who sent them over there can say, well, we don't do that kind of thing. And that might be done when the person in question has any kind of link, however tenuous, say, with a terrorist group. And that was the case in this film. And it was pretty hard to watch. But it was a well-made film and so on. And at the end of it, it just suddenly occurred to me. I was like, I knew in the back of my mind that this is, even though I didn't know that was a true story, that this was something that has happened and no doubt continues to happen. And I thought, I need to actually withdraw any of my energy that may possibly be entangled with that. If I have given permission on any level, in any way, and again, we could be talking past lives, we could be talking on an ancestral level, I could be carrying within my DNA, within my energy, permission that was given by another iteration of me, say, or by one of my ancestors. I know nothing about, but I do have the power to withdraw that, to take that power back, to take that energy back. And this is what it's all about. So try it, see how it feels. It can, even though we're talking about things that might be happening out there, there are also things that you may say, I would never have given permission for this person to treat me like this or like that. Let's just say, on some level, in some way that you were completely unaware of, say you did. I mean, so that could actually impact us on a very personal level if we withdraw permissions from entities. And when I say entities, I mean like bodies, organizations, whatever. Could also be entities, I suppose, in the spiritual sense. People, whatever. Take that energy back. Withdraw those permissions. Who knows? I certainly don't know every permission that I may ever have given, but I'm very happy to take them all back. Now, in the decree, I list various things from which permission is being withdrawn. There are many others I could have put in there. That's why I said, I think, including but not limited to. Now, you may want to use what I've recorded. It may work better for you to use your own words, to just sort of ad lib or record your own, post it. If you make your own version, then please do. I'd love to see it. And this is a conversation to my mind. This is my contribution to the conversation that is already going on. And, let's keep it going. Do I have anything else to say? Probably, but I can't think of it right now. If there is, I'll add it in the text. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye. I knew there's something I had forgotten, and that was to explain that running in the background at quite a low volume of this decree that follows this video is light language. And that light language is specifically to facilitate that process of withdrawing that energy, withdrawing those permissions. So you'll most likely hear it, and that's what it is, okay? So I thought I'd better explain that. I think that really is it this time. Okay, bye.